This is what an AI supercomputer looks like for your future self-driving car. It's a little tiny computer like this, and it has sensor information that comes in, and CAN information controls the accelerator, the brakes, the steering, and all of the other things that you want to control inside the car. This runs a new operating system we call DriveWorks that takes multiple sensors in, fuses it, recognize and perceive, localize, reason, drive, and it does so while connecting to the HD map and comparing ourselves relative to the information that we get from the HD maps. Incredibly powerful. 8 high-end CPU cores inside this chip, 512 of our next generation GPU. It is ASIL D. The computer is ASIL D. The chip is ASIL C. It is the ASIL automotive safety integrity level. The quality level, the reliability level of this computer is bar none. And then lastly, we do all of that. The performance of a high-end gaming PC shrunk into a little tiny chip, 30 tera operations, trillion operations in just 30 watts. Little tiny computer. We can chain a whole bunch of these together depending on the application, and this will be the future of our self-driving car strategy. Let me show you now what our AI car computer can do. We created a car called BB-8, and it's an AI car, and it runs everything that I just described. This computer, this brand new operating system, and a whole bunch of AI networks. Let's roll it, please.
Take me to Starbucks in San Mateo.
Grind with a phone call and the entourage, and don't need to regular life. I just catch my check.
Wow, self-driving cars, that'd be insane.
One thing, good vibes only. I just catch my check. I ain't paying rent. I just quit my job. So them all get lost. Don't care who you are.
BB-8's running on the East Coast, is running on the West Coast, and it's just incredibly fun watching BB-8 zipping around. Incredible. Whoop, whoop. So the Nvidia BB-8 AI car. So our vision is that these cars running all of the AI networks that I just described, connected to HD clouds, should be able to drive from address to address in a very large part of the world. However, there are always places where the confidence of the AI, the confidence of the car, is not high enough to drive by itself. But because it knows where it's going to go, it knows the path. It could determine its confidence level in different parts of the path. And it could tell you which part you should drive yourself or it has low confidence in supporting. We believe that the car is going to be an AI car for driving, but we believe the car itself should also be an AI co-pilot. So ladies and gentlemen, today we're announcing a new capability on the Nvidia AI car computer. It's called the AI co-pilot, and it basically works like this. Remember, the car has sensors all around it. It's got cameras, it's got radars, it's got lidars, so it has surround perception. The car also has cameras and speakers inside the car. And so it has internal car perception. It is aware of its surroundings. It's aware of the state of the driver. It's aware of the Nvidia Spot gives you an array of speakers and microphones. There's an array of speakers and microphones inside a car. And so this car has incredible perception capability, if only the AI was running all the time. We believe that the AI is either driving you or looking out for you. It's either driving you or looking out for you. When it's not driving you, it is still completely engaged, even though it doesn't have the confidence to drive, because maybe the mapping has changed, or maybe the road is too tricky, or maybe there's just too much traffic, too many pedestrians, and that it shouldn't drive. It should still be completely aware, and it should continue to look out for you. We call that AI co-pilot. Surround and environmental awareness, as well as in the cabin, passenger driver awareness. Let me now show it to you. And so what you're looking at here is the four cameras.
There is a bicycle on the right 45 feet ahead.
So notice there's four cameras, front, rear, left, and right. And the front camera, notice there's a biker in front of you about 45 feet ahead. And maybe your eyes aren't looking in that direction. Maybe your head's not looking in that direction. And the car realizes that you might be more cautious. And in this case, it detects that there's a biker and tells you through AI, natural language processing. And so by talking to you very naturally and alerting you of the condition in front of you. Here's another example.
Careful, there is a motorcycle approaching the center lane.
And so in this case, the idea is relatively simple, incredibly complex to execute. You have to understand what you're seeing, and you have to convert what you're seeing into natural language, otherwise known as captioning, and then saying it in a natural way in the car so that we can understand what the car would like us to be concerned about. And so that's environmental awareness, surrounding awareness. We also would like to have the capability for inside the car AI. The AI should be paying attention to you too. Maybe you're not looking where you should be driving, where you're driving. Maybe you're dozing off. Maybe you had a little bit too good of a time. The AI should pay attention. Maybe the AI notices that you're a little bit aggravated and probably should pull over. Too much road rage. And so those capabilities modern AI networks can absolutely do. And so let's take a look at that. Okay. So this is Janine. This is one of our employees. Like, hey, let's put our hands together for Janine. So the first network does facial recognition. Okay, and it does facial recognition incredibly well. This is deep learning facial recognition networks are among the best in the world, and it's reaching human level capabilities. This next one is head tracking. By looking at Janine with a camera, the artificial intelligence network is able to determine where her head is looking. Okay, this one's really cool. The artificial intelligence network, the deep learning network, just by studying her eyes, is able to figure out what direction she's gazing. Maybe she's looking at, no, shouldn't do that. Okay, so that's called gaze tracking. And this next one is really cool. This is inspired by, this is lip reading. Take me to Starbucks. And so if your car is too noisy, and there are too many people talking, and yet you said something rather important, wouldn't it be nice if your AI car was able to recognize and read your lips and determine what it is that you said? This particular capability was inspired by the researchers at Oxford working on the LipNet, and they've been able to achieve a lip reading capability that's 95% accurate. A human, the best human, is about 53% accurate. And so this gives you a sense of the state of the art of artificial intelligence networking. You combine what I just described on the external surround perception capability and in-car passenger and driver perception. The combination of that allows us to always be aware and to keep the car, keep the driver as alert as possible, and always be on the lookout for us. Not to mention all of the things that I described to you earlier about Shield and Google Assistant. We'll surely have that assistant capability inside the car so that you can talk to your car and get whatever access to any information or enjoy any content and media you would like. This is the Nvidia AI car platform. From the bottom up, starting from the bottom, this is the Drive PX computer. And on top of it is the DriveWorks operating system. These two things are probably the most complex computer that we have ever built, and we built some of the most complex computers the world's ever known. The amount of data that's coming into this computer, the richness of the artificial intelligence networks and algorithms that we have to run, and the performance by which we have to run it, because time in the case of a fast driving car is reaction time, and reaction time is safety. And so it is vital that we do this very, very quickly. On top of that are all of these artificial intelligence networks that I talked about. There's the autopilot AIs. Perception of the world, reasoning about where you are, reasoning about where everybody else is, driving the car, continuously mapping the car, and exchanging that information with the HD maps in the cloud. Make sure that all the data is coherent and things are changed if necessary. The co-pilot deep neural net, so that there's an AI that's watching out for you all the time. It might even, in the near future, say something like, Jensen, you're driving up the hill, you'll be home in 5 seconds, would you like me to go ahead and open up the gate? So that by the time I actually got there, just a second prior, the gate opens up and I pull right into the garage. The AI co-pilot. We also need the ability to converse and interact with our computer in a very natural way. So natural language processing has to be done inside the car so that if the connection is not very good, you can still communicate with the car. And that the reaction time, the latency between your spoken words and its recognition of your speech is as fast as possible. And yet it's connected to the cloud to an AI assistant. This architecture, on top of that, is an API called MapWorks. This is one of the most important things we do. MapWorks interacts with all of the mapping companies in the world. And it does basically 4 things. We basically do 4 things with mapping companies. The first, of course, is the surveying car. Some cars record all the data and do the processing on GPU supercomputers in the cloud to extract the 3-dimensional data from the video. Some survey cars do the processing using a computer like Drive PX, either one of these or something with a Nvidia discrete GPU, so that it could essentially do mapping in real time inside the car. So that's survey car. Number 2 is the GPU supercomputer that's inside the cloud for mapping. Number 3, the interface of data, the exchange of data, so that our car can always see the HD map in the nearby surroundings of the car. And then number 4, as we continuously map the world and notice changes, we would update the changes to the live map in the cloud. These 4 things, these 4 functionalities is vital to the ability for self-driving cars to be realized in a very high confident way. And so we've been working with the world's leading mapping companies. We announced several weeks ago, I guess a few months ago, the leading mapping company in China, Baidu. Incredible partner of ours, working across all 4 layers that I described, all 4 functionalities that I described, from surveying all the way to map processing, all the way to synchronization with
the local computer inside our car. The reason why Baidu was so important is because every car company in the world and any car you build should be able to drive anywhere in the world. And China is now the world's largest car market. It is too large to ignore, and yet only a Chinese company can map China. And Baidu has mapped more of China than any other company. And so partnering with Baidu was a very logical first. We then partnered with TomTom, leading mapping company in Europe. Today, we're really super excited to announce that we're partnering with Zenrin, the leading mapping company in Japan. Japan's roads are incredibly complicated, and it is such a dense population. The mapping of Japan is quite an extraordinary task. Zenrin is an amazing company, and we're working with them to map Japan. And then also today, super excited to announce that we're working with HERE to integrate Nvidia technology into their data centers for mapping, working with them on map algorithms, as well as connecting to all of the Nvidia AI car computers inside cars as we synchronize the live maps. Let's thank all of our partners to make this, create this incredible dream. Well, building this ecosystem, building this computer is a gigantic effort. As I mentioned, this is the most complex computing problem that we've ever tackled. This is high-performance computing done in real time. And the AI algorithms that we're developing are all first of its kind. And yet, the endeavor is such great importance. There are so many companies who could really help us realize this dream. I am super excited to announce today that ZF is now a partner in helping us turn this computer into a production computer for the automotive industry. ZF is the leading truck and commercial vehicle supplier in Europe. They're also one of the world's top 5 suppliers to the automotive industry. This is an extraordinary company, and they are the first to announce a production drive AI computer to the market. It's available commercially for sampling, and it will ship into production this year. Ladies and gentlemen, ZF. I have another partner I'd like to announce. There are a lot of cars, as we mentioned. 1 billion on the road, 100 million sold each year, several hundred million trucks. It's going to take an enormous amount of engineering to transform the entire automotive industry into an autonomous industry. And so today, we're announcing that the number 1 automotive technology supplier to the automotive industry, Bosch, is going to adopt the Nvidia Drive computer. The largest and the 5th largest automotive supplier in the world have now adopted the Nvidia computing platform so that we can bring AI computers to the autonomous industry. Bosch, a 130-year-old company, 375,000 employees, over $70 billion over 70 billion euros, enormous company. They serve every single car company in the world. Unbelievable reach, and it's just such a great pleasure to partner with them. I will be at the Bosch Connected World in March, and with a little bit of luck, we're going to give you guys a major update on the work that we're doing together. So Bosch. Well, I just have one more announcement. And you know, the momentum behind the work that we're doing after all of these years is clearly accelerating. And I think people are realizing that creating an AI car computer is a really enormous undertaking. And we've worked at it for quite a few years. And as you know, Nvidia is one of the companies in the world who could specialize in building the most advanced computers, from the largest supercomputers in the world to the most advanced gaming PCs in the world to AI car computers. And these computers are just an enormous undertaking. And without a great car company to partner with, it is hard to realize this vision. And so today, we're announcing that Audi and Nvidia will partner together to build the next generation AI cars. Audi and Nvidia building an AI car, the world's most advanced autonomous vehicles, powered by Nvidia's AI car computer, will have cars on the road by 2020. Let's welcome Scott Keogh, the president of Audi America, to celebrate this moment with us.
Cool stuff, Jen.
Scott, it's great to have you. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
My gosh.
I'm glad you saved the best for last, so I appreciate that.
You should always go last because you're always the best. And gosh, we've been working together for 10 years, and we've been building these advanced cars for quite a long time together. You know, frankly, when we first started working together, the car had no internet. When we started working together, there were no internet-connected maps. And when we started working together, there were no rich graphics inside the cars that we enjoyed.
Yep.
And because of the efforts that we've worked on together, we now have millions of cars, millions of Audis that are driving all over the world, and we really led in technology, information technology.
Yep.
Now, the next phase of information technology is artificial intelligence.
Yep.
And when you think about artificial intelligence and the concept of someone who's been so long in the automotive industry, what is the implication of AI to the automotive world, and what is the implication of AI to Audi?
I think it's massive. You know, the first thing on your first statement, I just want to say, you know, our partnership goes back 10 years. And if you think about where Audi was in America, we were selling 60,000 cars a year, didn't have much of an impact. If you look at this year, we sold a record 210,000 cars. And the reason we did it, honestly, is the crazy technology that Audi engineers and your engineers put together. It's a virtual cockpit, Google Earth, Google Maps, point of interest, incredible stuff. So that's the secret sauce. And I think with you, we want to keep the secret sauce moving. Look, if I think of your entire presentation, it's quite simple to me. We want to get to this nirvana state safer, and we want to get there sooner. And really, the only way to go about doing that, there's no amount of programming in the world that's going to manage the complexity of what happens in the street environments daily. The only way to get there is with artificial intelligence. So clearly what we're announcing is the first thing is a really cool demonstration. In the Gold Lot, you can drive a Q7. And I think what's phenomenal, when you look at the course, this vehicle, if you want to use the term, has been trained for only 4 days. So in 4 days, it's dealing with obstacles, it's dealing with different roads, it's dealing with complex environments.
Did you guys just pick that up?
4 days.
There's an Audi with an Nvidia AI car computer in the Gold Lot driving by itself today, right now.
Exactly. And I think, thank you.
Not end of next year, not end of this year, right now.
Yeah, and I think that's classic Audi. I mean, we want to put things into the real world, put things into action, and I think it's cool. Now, if you want to go program this, it would probably take months upon months, so this gives you a sense of the power. And then, of course, the announcement here, we're excited. We're talking highly automated vehicle in numerous situations by 2020. This will be in production, level 4 automation, so this is huge, really huge.
You know, we've been in the auto.
Yeah, I got one back there.
We've been working together for 10 years, and we've been in the automotive industry a long time, and obviously we're both car buffs, and we love car technology. But in no time in the history that I remember has the technological change in the automotive industry has been so dramatic, so imaginative, so exciting, and yet so fast. You know, and yet at Audi, you guys have managed somehow to always keep up with the pace. How would you describe the culture and the reason why it is that you guys are able to stay up and you know, always be in the forefront of it all?
Yeah, I think the thing we love at Audi is I think most car companies like to look to protect themselves. They protect themselves with their scale, they protect themselves with regulations. And I think at Audi, we don't look to protect ourselves, we like to compete, we like to innovate. And obviously, you know, the automobile business has sort of been stuck in the automobile section for probably 50 years. Now it is in the front page of everything. whether it's mobility, whether it's car sharing, whether it's piloted, whether it's connectivity, all these powerful things that are happening, it's so cool to be integrated in society. And I think what we also look at, which is important, is, of course, what is the real meaning? And I think now we have a real societal meaning. You mentioned the great stuff. We move goods, we move people, we share freedom, we do that kind of things. But the fact that we can bring this kind of safety onto the road, and it's sort of, breathtaking, but you can drive a car perfectly, drive it perfectly for years, and 1/100th of a second look away, and then look at the disaster that can come. You can prevent that. My mother, 80 years old, drives a B9 A4, loves the car. Her driving career is going to be coming to an end. This can extend that. My kids, who are going to be teenagers soon enough, it's the most dangerous thing you can do is drive a car as a teenager. So these are big societal changes that we can make together. This gets you out of bed in the morning in a very big way. This is cool.
Really, really
this is cool.
Well, let's make sure none of our kids ever have to drive.
Amen.
Scott Keogh, President of Audi America, incredible partner. Can't wait to come share with you guys the progress we're making in the next coming years. That's it. Oh, come on. That's it. No more announcements. No more announcements. Well, hey guys, this is the largest electronics show in the world. 200,000 attendees. It is so fun. It is so fun to be in the middle of the technology industry today. It is so fun to be in the middle of the computer industry, and it's just incredibly thrilling to be in the middle of the automotive industry. Because of artificial intelligence, the technology that is going to really reshape how we all enjoy technology in the coming years, we're able to now realize the dreams that we've been dreaming about for so many years. What used to be science fiction is going to be reality in the coming years. Today, I had the privilege of sharing with you a few announcements of the things that we've been working on. We want to bring video games to 1 billion people who currently just simply don't have the computers necessary to enjoy the type of video games that you see from Aaron Flynn and Mass Effect Studio. We want to be able to turn your home into an AI. We believe that your home will engage you, and you will engage your home in natural, simple ways. And it will arrange your life, help you, find content for you, connect you with people, and just make your life better. And, of course, we would like to turn your car into an AI. That by applying this technology, we could revolutionize the automobile and bring joy and delight and the safety to millions and millions of people in the future. Thank you very much. Have a great CES.
With a phone call and an entourage, and don't need to regular life. Good vibes on.